Pause whatever you're doing right now because what I'm about to tell you is not clickbait, not speculation, not another baseless rumor circulating on social media. This is real. Lee Min-ho's agency has just dropped an official statement that has sent shockwaves through the entire K-drama universe, and fans worldwide are absolutely losing their minds. The Hallyu King, the man who's stolen hearts across continents, the actor we've all dreamed about, is now officially off the market. And it's not just any relationship confirmation. Lee Min-ho is married. Married to none other than Song Hye-kyo, the queen of Korean drama herself. Let that sink in for a moment. Two of the most beloved, most iconic, most stunning stars in Korean entertainment have been living as husband and wife. And we're only finding out now. The internet is on fire, fans are in tears, and honestly, the details surrounding this revelation are even more shocking than the announcement itself. Stay till the very end because what led to this confirmation will blow your mind. Before we dive into every single detail of this earth-shattering news, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to this channel, and hit the notification bell because updates on this story are coming fast and furious, and you absolutely cannot afford to miss a single moment. Now let's talk about what everyone across the globe is whispering about, screaming about, crying about. The confirmation came without warning. No teaser, no hints, no carefully orchestrated PR build-up. Lee Min-ho's agency released an official statement earlier today that read like something straight out of a drama script itself. The statement was brief, professional, but carried weight that felt like an earthquake. They confirmed that Lee Min-ho and Song Hye-kyo have been married for some time now, choosing to keep their union private out of respect for their personal lives and their desire to protect what they hold sacred. The agency didn't specify exactly when the marriage took place, but sources close to the couple suggest it happened quietly, away from cameras, away from the public eye, in an intimate ceremony attended only by immediate family and their closest friends. This wasn't a grand spectacle. This was two people who genuinely love each other choosing to commit their lives to one another without the noise, without the chaos, without turning it into a media circus. And honestly, that makes it even more beautiful, even more real. Fans who have been shipping Lee Min-ho and Song Hye-kyo for years are now looking back at every interaction, every moment, every subtle hint wondering how they missed it. But here's the thing. They didn't miss it. The signs were always there. The two stars have crossed paths multiple times throughout their careers, attended the same industry events, moved in the same circles, and there were always whispers, always speculation. But both Lee Min-ho and Song Hye-kyo are extremely private individuals, masters at keeping their personal lives under wraps, experts at navigating the brutal scrutiny that comes with being top-tier celebrities. They've managed to build an entire relationship, fall deeply in love, plan a wedding, get married, and live as husband and wife without a single leak, without a single paparazzi photo, without a single insider breaking the story. That level of privacy in today's world, especially for stars of their magnitude, is almost impossible. Yet they did it. And that speaks volumes about how serious they were, how protective they were, and how much they valued what they had together. Now let's talk about the timeline because fans are desperately trying to piece together when this all happened. Looking back at their schedules, their social media activity, their public appearances, there are gaps that now make perfect sense. There were periods where both Lee Min-ho and Song Hye-kyo seemed to disappear from the public eye, citing rest, personal time, family matters. At the time, no one thought much of it. Celebrities take breaks. They need downtime. They recharge. But now, knowing what we know, those gaps suddenly feel significant. Were they spending time together? Were they planning their future? Were they already living as a married couple while the world remained completely oblivious? Fan detectives have gone into overdrive analyzing every Instagram post, every airport sighting, every interview from the past few years. And what they're finding is fascinating. There were matching accessories that fans initially brushed off as coincidence. There were shared locations that seemed random but now feel deliberate. There were subtle changes in their demeanor, a certain glow, a certain calmness, a certain contentment that comes when you've found your person and you're building a life together. The chemistry between Lee Min-ho and Song Hye-kyo has always been undeniable, even before anyone knew they were together. They're both incredibly talented, both stunningly beautiful, Both carry themselves with grace and professionalism. But there's something deeper, something that fans always sensed but couldn't quite name. It's the way they understand the pressures of fame, the way they've both navigated scandal and heartbreak in the public eye, the way they've both remained humble and grounded despite their massive success. They operate on the same wavelength, share the same values, and perhaps most importantly, they both understand the importance of privacy, of protecting what's precious, of not feeding every aspect of their lives to the public. This mutual understanding likely formed the foundation of their relationship. They didn't need to broadcast their love to make it real. They didn't need validation from fans or approval from the media. They had each other, and that was enough. Industry insiders who have worked with both actors are now coming forward with their own observations. And what they're saying is incredibly telling. Several people noted that during certain periods, Lee Min-ho seemed happier than usual, more grounded, more focused. His smile reached his eyes in a way it hadn't before. He spoke about life with a depth and maturity that suggested he'd found something meaningful beyond his career. Song Hye-kyo, similarly, carried herself with a quiet confidence during this time. She seemed settled, content, at peace. Those who know her well said there was a shift, a positive change that they couldn't quite explain but definitely noticed. Colleagues mentioned that she started prioritizing her personal time more fiercely, turning down certain projects, being more selective about her commitments. At the time, some assumed she was simply being strategic about her career. Now it's clear she was protecting her marriage, carving out space for her relationship, ensuring that her most important role, that of wife, wasn't overshadowed by the demands of being a global superstar. The question everyone is asking now is, why reveal it now? Why keep it secret for so long only to confirm it today? According to sources close to the situation, the decision wasn't entirely voluntary. Apparently, certain media outlets had gotten wind of the marriage and were preparing to run stories. Rather than let the narrative be controlled by tabloids and gossip sites, Lee Min-ho and Song Hye-kyo decided to take control themselves. They wanted the news to come from them, on their terms, with dignity and respect. The agency's statement emphasized that while the couple values their privacy, they also respect their fans and felt it was important to be honest rather than allow speculation and rumors to spiral out of control. It's a classy move, a mature decision, and one that shows just how thoughtfully they've approached every aspect of this relationship. They're not hiding anymore, but they're also not turning their marriage into a spectacle. They're simply acknowledging what is and asking for respect and understanding as they continue their lives together. Fan reactions have been absolutely explosive. Social media platforms across the world are flooded with responses ranging from shock to joy to heartbreak to celebration. Longtime fans of Lee Min-ho who have loved him since his Boys Over Flowers days are processing the reality that their ultimate bias is now someone's husband. Some are genuinely happy for him, celebrating the fact that he's found love and happiness. Others are heartbroken, mourning the end of their fantasies, struggling to accept that the man they've adored for years belongs to someone else now. Song Hye-kyo's fans are experiencing similar emotions. She's been through public relationships before, faced heartbreak in the spotlight, and her supporters have been protective of her, hoping she'd find someone worthy of her heart. The fact that it's Lee Min-ho, someone equally respected and beloved in the industry, has softened the blow for many. They see this as a union of equals, two people who understand each other's worlds completely, two individuals who can support and uplift one another in ways that few others could. The couple's decision to marry quietly, without fanfare, without turning it into a public event, speaks to a particular kind of love. This isn't about appearances or image management or brand building. This is about two people who want to build a life together away from the cameras, away from the constant analysis, away from the pressure to perform their relationship for public consumption. In an industry where every relationship is scrutinized, where every date becomes a headline, where breakups are dissected endlessly, Lee Min-ho and Song Hye-kyo chose a different path. They chose authenticity over publicity. They chose intimacy over exposure. They chose each other over the expectations of millions. And there's something profoundly romantic about that. Something that reminds us that even in the glittering, often superficial world of entertainment, real love still exists, still thrives, still finds a way. What this means for their careers remains to be seen. Both are at the peak of their profession, both have projects lined up, both have massive global followings. The marriage likely won't slow them down professionally. If anything, it might add depth to their work, inform their performances in new ways, give them even more emotional range to draw from. Married actors often bring a different energy to romantic roles, a groundedness that comes from actually experiencing partnership in real life. Fans are already speculating about potential projects they might do together now that their relationship is public. The idea of seeing Lee Min-ho and Song Hye-kyo as an on-screen couple, knowing they're actually husband and wife in real life, is almost too much for fans to handle. The chemistry would be off the charts. The emotional authenticity would be palpable. It would be the drama event of the decade. Whether they choose to work together or continue keeping their professional and personal lives separate remains to be seen, but the possibility alone has fans buzzing with excitement. Now I want to hear from you. How are you processing this news? Are you happy for Lee Min-ho and Song Hye-kyo? Are you heartbroken, shocked, excited? Do you think they'll eventually share more about their relationship or continue keeping things private? What kind of projects do you want to see from them now? And speaking of this incredible love story continuing to unfold, let's talk about what happens next, because the confirmation is just the beginning. The real story, the part that fans are absolutely desperate to know about, is what their life together actually looks like. Who are Lee Min-ho and Song Hye-kyo when the cameras stop rolling, when the scripts are put away, when they're just two people sharing a home, sharing meals, sharing the mundane and beautiful moments that make up a marriage? Industry sources are starting to paint a picture, and honestly, it's not what most people expected. This isn't a flashy, glamorous celebrity marriage filled with designer everything and constant luxury vacations. According to those who know them personally, Lee Min-ho and Song Hye-kyo have built something remarkably normal, remarkably grounded, remarkably real. Their home life is reportedly simple and intentional. They cook together, apparently, which surprises fans who imagine celebrities having private chefs handling every meal. But multiple sources confirm that both Lee Min-ho and Song Hye-kyo actually enjoy cooking, find it relaxing, use it as a way to decompress from their intense schedules. They've been spotted at local markets, not high-end imported goods stores, but regular neighborhood markets where they shop for fresh ingredients like any other couple. They wear masks and baseball caps, blend into the crowd, and for those brief moments, they're not Hallyu royalty. They're just a husband and wife planning dinner. There's something incredibly touching about that, something that humanizes them in a way that red carpet photos never could. It shows that despite their fame, despite their wealth, despite having the resources to live any lifestyle imaginable, they've chosen simplicity, chosen authenticity, chosen a life that prioritizes connection over luxury. Friends of the couple describe their relationship dynamic as balanced and deeply respectful. Neither dominates, neither fades into the background. They function as genuine partners, consulting each other on major decisions, supporting each other's careers without competition or jealousy, maintaining their individual identities while building something together. Song Hye-kyo, who has always been fiercely independent, hasn't lost any of that independence in marriage. She continues to choose her projects carefully, continues to advocate for causes she believes in, continues to be the strong, thoughtful woman fans have always admired. Lee Min-ho, likewise, hasn't changed fundamentally. He's still the dedicated actor, still the professional who gives everything to his craft, still the thoughtful person who takes his responsibilities seriously. But there's an added dimension now, a softness, a contentment that comes from having a true partner walking through life beside you. The couple apparently has rituals they protect fiercely. Morning coffee together before the chaos of their days begins. Evening walks when their schedules allow, just the two of them talking about everything and nothing. Weekend mornings where they deliberately don't check their phones, don't look at social media, don't engage with the noise of the outside world. These small, sacred moments are what keep them grounded, what remind them why they chose each other, what sustain them through the pressures and demands that come with being who they are. It's not grand gestures or expensive gifts that define their marriage. It's presence, attention, consistency, the quiet daily choice to show up for each other even when, especially when, the world is pulling them in 1,000 different directions. Their families, according to insiders, have been incredibly supportive. Both Lee Min-ho's family and Song Hye-kyo's family reportedly adore their new in-law, which isn't always the case in celebrity marriages where families sometimes have concerns about motives or compatibility. But in this case, both families apparently saw early on that this relationship was different, was serious, was built on genuine affection and respect. There have been family dinners, holiday celebrations, the kind of normal family integration that happens when two people aren't just playing at being a couple but are actually building a life together. Lee Min-ho has been spotted with Song Hye-kyo's family on several occasions that fans didn't think much about at the time, but now those sightings make perfect sense. He wasn't just a friend joining for dinner. He was son-in-law attending family gatherings. Similarly, Song Hye-kyo has apparently become close with Lee Min-ho's mother, and sources say the two women have developed a genuine bond beyond the typical polite relationship between a celebrity and their partner's parent. What's particularly interesting is how they've managed to maintain individual friendships while also creating a shared social circle. Song Hye-kyo still has her tight-knit group of industry friends, women she's known for years, women she trusts implicitly. Lee Min-ho maintains his friendships with actors and industry professionals he's worked with throughout his career. But they've also apparently created a circle of couple friends, other married pairs who understand the unique challenges of maintaining a relationship under public scrutiny. These aren't transactional industry friendships. These are genuine connections with people who can relate to what they're experiencing, who can offer advice and support, who understand that sometimes you just need to vent about the absurdity of seeing your relationship analyzed by millions of strangers who don't actually know you at all. The work-life balance question is one that many fans are curious about. How do two incredibly busy, incredibly in-demand actors make marriage work when they're constantly being pulled toward different projects, different countries, different commitments? According to those close to them, it requires intentionality, communication, and compromise. They apparently have a rule about not accepting projects that would keep them apart for more than a certain number of weeks without visits. They prioritize projects that film in locations where the other can potentially visit. They use technology strategically, video calls when they're separated, but not constantly because they've learned that being perpetually connected digitally can sometimes create an illusion of presence that actually prevents you from being fully present wherever you physically are. When they are together, they're truly together, phones down, attention focused, quality over quantity. Their approach to social media as a married couple is also fascinating. Neither has posted about the marriage directly. Neither has shared wedding photos or intimate couple moments. Their Instagram accounts remain professional, focused on their work, their causes, their public-facing personas. And fans are divided on this. Some desperately want to see glimpses of their private life, want wedding photos, want couple selfies, want confirmation and validation through images. Others respect and admire their restraint, understanding that not everything needs to be shared, that some things are actually more sacred, more special, more real when they're kept private. Lee Min-ho and Song Hye-kyo have clearly chosen the latter approach. They're not hiding their marriage anymore, but they're also not performing it for public consumption. The confirmation was necessary, honest, respectful. But the details, the moments, the intimate reality of their life together, that remains theirs and theirs alone. Industry analysts are already discussing what this marriage means for both of their brands. Celebrity marriages can go either way commercially. Sometimes they hurt an actor's marketability, particularly if fans feel betrayed or if the marriage becomes tabloid fodder that overshadows their work. But in this case, most analysts believe the marriage actually enhances both Lee Min-ho and Song Hye-kyo's appeal. They're not young idols whose primary draw is being available fantasy figures. They're mature, established actors whose talent and professionalism speak for themselves. The marriage adds a layer of stability, maturity, groundedness that actually makes them more appealing for certain types of projects, certain types of endorsements. Brands that focus on family values, luxury goods aimed at established adults, products that speak to people who've built something real in their lives. These are all areas where Lee Min-ho and Song Hye-kyo's married status actually increases their marketability. There's also the question of children, which fans are already speculating about wildly. Neither Lee Min-ho nor Song Hye-kyo has addressed this publicly. And honestly, it's not anyone's business but theirs. But sources close to them suggest that children are definitely part of their long-term vision, though they're in no rush. Both are at stages in their careers where they have the freedom to make choices based on what they want rather than what they need to do to stay relevant. If and when they decide to start a family, they'll have the resources, the support systems, and hopefully the privacy to do so on their own terms. The idea of Lee Min-ho and Song Hye-kyo as parents is something fans find simultaneously exciting and protective. Excited at the thought of them experiencing that joy, but also fiercely protective of any potential children who would be born into extraordinary scrutiny through no choice of their own. Drop all your thoughts, feelings, reactions in the comments below. Like this video if this news absolutely shook you. Share it with every K-drama fan you know because trust me, everyone needs to hear about this. And subscribe to this channel because updates on Lee Min-ho and Song Hye-kyo's marriage are definitely coming. And you do not want to miss a single detail as this incredible love story continues to unfold.